Well, I could have done a red balloon. I could have done makeup. But I said to myself, Self, everybody else has got red balloons and makeup. Why should I? Because already I am talking about it. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Matt Reviews Books. I am Matt, and I am your host. This channel is a book review channel. I talk about books. I talk about things related to books. Most of the time I talk about older books, although there have been a couple of pre-publications, pre-pubs. This week we're talking about Stephen King's classic, It. If older books that you aren't really used to hearing about, books that are sort of forgotten about, books that you really find in the used bookstore, that's where you find those little treasures. If that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, subscribe down below. You could even hit the notification bell and tell you when I upload. Let's get into it. Synopsis. Alright, so here's the basic idea. Here's the breakdown on It. Clown. It's a monster. It's some sort of demon thing. It's a child murdering clown. And every 27 years or so, it comes out, eats a bunch of kids. It's an oversimplification. And then goes into hibernate. And it's in the town of Derry. This starts off, the book is split into two parts. It's sort of... and they run parallel. So there's a group of kids. They're all friends, and they're sort of young adolescent, right? But not really. They're kids, but they're not really kids. They're in that in-between stage. And they are all dealing with bullies and just a weird parent situation and just life. And then they have Pennywise, and Pennywise murders a couple of kids. One of them happens to be the younger brother of one of the main characters. And that it sort of frames the rest of their existence. So, here's this murderous, demonic clown, Pennywise. 27 years later, they have to come back. Or they all choose to come back. To face Pennywise when he comes back out of hibernation or whatever he's in. And it's sort of like, that's the big story, the storyline. This book is a little bit deeper than that. Which brings us to thoughts. This book is a great allegory for what it's like to be growing up. It's not about the monster itself, but it's about the facing a monster when you're young, and then coming back as an adult and facing that same monster from a different perspective. As a parent, I deal with this. The same things that I dealt with when I was a kid, my kids are dealing with. Bullies and the growing up and body changes and social changes and the awareness of expanding awareness of becoming a young adult is just, it's really, really rough. And now looking back as a parent, it's like I see the same thing. It's the same monsters, the same situations, but now I see it from a different perspective. But still, at the same time, feeling that fear and feeling that anxiety and feeling all of that. That, my friends, is metaphor. It's allegory. It's, did I say simile or silly me? Silly me. Alright, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And so with that, I'm going to say the end. And just as a side note, my downstairs neighbors are baying. I don't know what's happening down there.